way.
Mm-hmm.
People who classify themselves as white are not confused about what white is. So that if you go to places like Brazil or Central America, you can have all kind of mixed colors. But at the top of those mixtures is what? White. And at the bottom, it's black. And you have all kinds of little shades of tan, which is just like black people in families rate themselves many times on who's the lightest and who has the straightest hair, and name calling and all of that stuff goes on to this day. Now that's what goes on in Central America. They just have much more of a mixture, but they are not confused as to who is at the top. Just like when you fill out the census, the first thing on there is not Euro-American, it's white. So like I said, this is what they would do on the plantation. The slave master would rape an African woman, raped all of them. And then you start making mixed race, and so then you pit the people against each other based on color, but they're all slaves. And so you bring the lightest ones into the big house, and you rape them in the big house. But they're all slaves, but you have divided them because in the big house, there are only 7 people.
Mm-hmm.
Out in the field, there are 150 slaves. If the 150 had not been divided and competed against each other, they could overtake the 6 in the big house. But as long as you program them to fight each other, which is what Willie Lynch was all about, how you train them to hate themselves, fight each other, and you overtake them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, that's right.
So we have to see, people want to be confused. Like I know people who are working with young children, and you have little young black children, and they're just the different shades of showing that the grandparents were raped. See, anybody who's not crystal black is just showing evidence that the great-grandparents were raped.
Mm.
And you have black people going around. I'm so glad that they're not saying this. They're saying, I'm better because I'm light-skinned. That's just saying, I'm glad that my great-great-grandmother was raped by the white man. I'm so glad that my grandmother was raped and demeaned. You see, and anybody who is walking around with colored skins who's saying, I hate myself, or I'm a little lighter than this person, and I don't want to be that. I'm mixed race. You know, poor little black children. I'm not black, I'm mixed race in the 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? I hate myself. I wish I was closer to white. I hate myself. And so all of the talk in Black History Month means nothing. See, we want to go through the ritual of the Black History Month and talking about blacks did this and blacks did that, black kings and black queens.
Right.
And the summation is, I hate myself, or I'm content with the black children in my environment, in my home, having internalized the self-hate that the system of racism, white supremacy is taught. But see, as long as we don't talk about there's a system of racism, white supremacy, and we just talk about a system of democracy and capitalism, well, we're just in a complete state of confusion.
Yeah, that's true. We got a